ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्यस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter 29, verse number 4. So we read in the previous verse that Krishna, he played on his flute to call the gopis. Jagau kalam vama drisham manoharam, which was also explained that this song of the flute was actually the song of love to attract the gopis, and the kam bija or clean, so mantra of love. And निसम्य गीतम तदनंग वर्धनम व्रजस्त्रिय कृष्ण गृहीत मानसा आजगमुरन्योन्यम लक्षितोद्यम सयत्र कांतो जवलोल कुंडला. So निसम्य गीतम तदनंग वर्धनम, they heard that song or that sound of the flute which was Ananga Vardhana, which increased their love They already had love and now it was swelling, overflowing. Therefore they could not contain themselves in their respective duties. And the reason for this is that their minds were captivated by Krishna. Krishna Grihita Manasa. So this is the active samadhi. Samadhi means where mind is fixed on just one thing. Sampragyat samadhi. Sampragyat samadhi means no thoughts. So Sampragyat samadhi or Sabhi samadhi means when your mind is absolutely fixed on one object, cannot think of anything else. But in that kind of samadhi, the person is just sitting in one place, does not move. There are no movements because he is not aware of the body. This is a samadhi of bhakti yoga where person functions and yet mind is absolutely fixed on Krishna while doing everything. So here Krishna Grihita Manasa describes that their mind were absolutely on Krishna only. So this is the state of Bhakti Samadhi. And therefore they went where Krishna was. Ajagmur Anyonyo Lakshita Udyama. But although they all heard the sound of the flute, they did not go together. Like if you go to temple, say let's go to temple together, or you go somewhere, you go in a group. If you are all going to the same place, you are known to each other, you are living together. So they did not do that. Anyonya Lakshita Udyama, that their effort to reach Krishna was not known to each other. So, because this was not something that they could devote their mind to anything else. That is the meaning, that their mind was just focused on Krishna. So there was no question of thinking, let me call her also, maybe she is also interested in coming, let me talk to her, maybe she would like to come. Right? Like nothing like that. So it also shows that when you want to perform spiritual sadhana, then you go for it. You are not thinking, well, he is not doing it, so why shall I do it? When it comes to doing service, that's what people do. Well, why shall I do it? Why he is not doing it? Why she is not doing it? But if it is time for lunch, nobody asks that. Why he is not eating? I should not eat also. Then you are the first one to go. So because you have hunger, of course if you are not hungry, then you may ask also others. But when you have intense hunger, you don't ask other people, are you ready to eat? No, you just go and eat. So therefore they were so hungry. Love is also a type of hunger. So it is more intense than physical hunger, that you can give up food also for that. So nasti shudasamam dukkham, there is no more suffering than hungry person. If you are hungry, you don't get food, you cannot think of anything else. You're thinking, when will I get food? Or if you are thirsty. But love is higher than that. You saw the Parikshit Maharaj says, Tyaktodam apina badhate. Prabantam katha rasachutab mukham bojak kathachutam. It says that I am hearing this nectar of Krishna Katha from your mouth, therefore I don't bother about even drinking water. He was thirsty, that's when he put the snake on the shoulder of the sage, because he didn't give him water. After that he did not drink. What to speak of eating? For 7 days no eating, no drinking, and just listening Bhagavat Katha, how intensely he must be listening. So now from that you can understand the mind of the gopis. And they don't even have the mind, their mind is taken away. Parikshit had his mind, therefore he says, na badhate, that my mind is not troubled. But gopis don't have a mind. it's captivated, is stolen by Krishna. Krishna Grihit Mansa means, Krishna means one who attracts, one who steals. Hari, Hare, you say Hare Krishna. Hari means a thief. Haratiti Hari, one who steals is called Hari. But Krishna steals the heart. If you want to steal, then steal heart. There is no need of stealing anything else. If you can steal heart, then whatever that person has will naturally come. Right? Otherwise you try to steal some other pens and pots and some money, credit card, whatever. But then that person will make an effort to get it back from you. But if you get the person himself, herself, whatever is there comes with it. If you can steal the owner, the possession comes with it, right? So why steal the possessions? So Krishna stole mind, because mind is the king of the senses. Wherever is the mind, that's where you are. So therefore it says Krishna Grihita Manasa. And because the mind was stolen, therefore they are running there. Because if your mind goes somewhere, you want to be there, So Ajagmur Anya Lakshitodhyama. So no one knew that others are also coming. They were not aware. It's only when they arrived there, they saw everybody is there. Otherwise, it says Alakshita Udyama. And where did they go? Sayatra Kanta, where the lover was. Because basically that's where we want to be. Even in the material world, where we want to be, where our love is. Whatever the love is, it may be that love is for money, love is for person, love is for food, for place. You want to play something, you want to visit something, whatever is the object of your mind basically. That's where you want to be. But all these things don't give satisfaction. Or if they give, it is very flickering. It's like suddenly big light thrown into your eyes and then it's dark. So afterwards again same darkness comes. So you enjoy for a short period, then you are frustrated again, you are looking for something again. So this is not that kind of ananda. So this is therefore Sayatra Kanta, where that Kanta, the lover. So Ka means happiness and Anta Ka means Kam Sukham. Anta means the end, the ultimate. The ultimate happiness is the lover. You can derive some small happinesses from other things, but the ultimate happiness, the best happiness, the supreme happiness comes when you are with your lover. So therefore Krishna is called here as Kanta. Sayatra Kantaha Jagalola Kundala. And how are they described? How is their effort described? That their earrings were dangling. Means they were running. They were not walking. Because they were in hurry. So they were also athletes. And they are drinking cow's milk every day. They are not overweight. The gopis were fit, very athletic, good shape. So they ran. That's why the Javalola Kundala. Otherwise, why is it said Javalola Kundala? So it also signifies that they did not care about their bodily needs, which will be further described. They were so much focused. Like sometimes if you play soccer or something, you get hurt. You play hockey, you get hurt. You don't feel it. Only when the game is over, then you realize. So that's how they were running, means they were not bothered. Nothing obstructed them. So they ran to that. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti commentary. So he says, Kalgita Sutra Gumfita Panchalika Evata. So he says that these gopis, they were like puppets. So have you seen puppet? How they are tied with the threads? strings here, and then the person controls them with his hand, make them dance. So they were just like that. And what was the string, what was the thread? That sound of the flute. How many holes are there in the flute? 5, 7, different numbers are there. So those sound which was coming from the holes of the flute, that is like the thread coming out, and that was tying the gopis, which were like the puppets. So that's what was making them run or dance. So it says Kalagita Sutra Gumfita. Gumfita means strewn, just like you put flowers in a thread, make a garland, that is called Gumfita. So these gopis were like flowers, and the thread which was going through them was the song, because it was one sound which came. So that one sound went into the ears of all of the gopis and tied them like the puppets. See how expert Krishna is, and Krishna is pulling it. He is the puppeteer standing there. So all the strings are coming out of his flute, tying the gopis, and he is pulling. That's why he is called Krishna. Krishna means one who pulls. So he was pulling them. So therefore he says Kalagita Sutra Gumfita Panchalika Yevata. So they are gopis. He is not saying that they were like puppets. He says they were puppets only. Not that they were like. Panchalika Eva. Eva means they were completely. Because at that time they did not have any other thought. Nothing else. They are focused. They are moving towards that. So therefore Panchalika Evata Krishna Kantikam Ayata. So Krishna Antikam Ayata means that they came near Krishna. So Itiyaha, that is being described in this verse. Tat Geetam Manoharam Api Manoja Vardhanam. So in the previous sloka it was described that this Geet was Manohara. So Manohara means which captivates the mind. Mana harati iti Manohara. That steals, that captivates, that attracts the mind is called Manohara. And Manoja Vardhanam. Mind is also the seat of love. It is the seat of the Cupid. Cupid is called Manoja because Manoj takes birth in the mind. So Manoj Vardhanam. So not only that the mind was attracted, but also what is in the mind was augmented. That love which was in the mind. Kincha, moreover, Krishna hi Venu Geetakyam Mahacharam Vraje Preshitvan. So now what Krishna did, Krishna, he is a like big mafia. And he has many people working under him who work for him. Right? Mafias do that. They don't themselves do. When you are a small criminal, you do the crime yourself. When you become bigger criminal, you don't do crime yourself. You engage others to do that. So Krishna is also called thief. His name is thief only. Hari. Hari means thief. But now he is big thief. So he doesn't steal himself. In the childhood he was doing, right? We saw that he was going to the gopis' houses and he was stealing butter. Right? We read those stories earlier. But now he is past that stage. He is not stealing butter anymore. Now he is stealing hearts. But he is not doing it by himself. He sends his thief to steal. And that thief is the sound of the flute. The name of the thief is Venugita. That is his name. Venugita Akhyam. Akhyam means name. The thief who is called Venugit, flute sound. Because in Sanskrit names have meanings, right? So his name actually, the name of the thief is Venugit, and he is stealing. And he is not a small thief. He is a very big thief. He is also expert. Because thieves usually have appearance, right? They have hands, legs. So this thief does not have that. It is invisible. The sound travels, you cannot see it. Even if the air moves, at least you can feel it. But if the sound is moving, you don't feel it unless you have the ears, right? So this is how thief comes. Thief enters without being seen, somebody being invisible. So, and thieves come at night, right? So therefore Krishna sends the thief at night with the song flute or flute song, and he is invisible. Because the love in Sanskrit is also called Ananga. Ananga means he has no anga. He has no body, no parts actually. He is only the whole without parts. You know, there are certain things which have parts and they are called whole and parts. Like in Nyaya we studied that. Avayava, avayavi. But there are certain things which only have whole and no parts. Like space. Space has no parts. We imagine parts in space, but space has no parts in it. Space is space. Time also has no parts. We make divisions, past, present and future, but actually there is nothing like that past. Nobody has ever seen past, and nobody has ever seen future, and nobody will see future. All you see is present. See means experience. The only time you experience is the present. Because that is the only thing which is available. This past, future is just imagination of the mind. It's nowhere. If I ask you where is past, can you show me? No. Where is future? No. So whatever is only present. Okay, sometimes that hypnotherapist can regress, take you in past life, but that is also present. What you see at that time is also in the present only, not that you go in the past. So whatever is available to you is only present. And other divisions, we make divisions in the present also, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day. These are all divisions made by human beings. They don't exist. So time is time, space is space, like that. Love is love. It has no parts, therefore it's called Ananga. And because it has no parts, it is not visible. Because things which don't have parts, they don't have visibility. You cannot see time. Although we say, can you tell me what is time? And you cannot see space. You see objects in space, but not space. So like that, this thief is also coming, because sound is the quality of the space, and it comes. So he is calling that as a Mahachaura. So Vraje Presitvan. So Krishna, who is in the forest, and he is in Vrindavan, which means forest, and he sends his thief, whose name is Venugita, to Vraja, means to the cowherd community where they live, that is called Vraja. So then what he does, So Vrajastrinam niskapatena kardvarena antakaran koshagaram pravishya. So thief, now when he came, he saw that the doors of the house are open, because ears are always open, right? These days you can put something in your ears. What do they call them?
Earplugs.
Earplugs. But in the olden days, no earplugs. So your door ears are open, and the thief is coming through the space in the form of sound, so he goes direct. And where does he go? He goes into the heart. Because heart is which is most precious thing for us, right? Not that he goes into your finger, into your knee or somewhere else. He goes into the heart. Because heart is where you keep the most precious things. So that's where he entered. And he stole. Whatever was there in the heart, he stole and ran away. So when he was running out, then they saw. So then they are running to catch him. That's what is happening. Because if you have a thief and he comes and he steals and you go him running, what do? You run behind him, right? This is what the gopis were doing. So that's what is being described here. So he says that Vrajastrinam niskapatene means that it's not that the door was open, the doors are not there. Because in the olden days, people used to have a house in the villages, there were no doors there. The houses without door were there. The cows and all, they just move around like that. So it was Karnadvarena, and entrance is there, of course, the door is not there, but you can enter there. Door means which you can close, but the gate is there. So through that the gate of the ears. So where the thief goes, he goes to the treasury. Koshagar. Koshagar means treasury. Treasury is the heart. So through the ears he goes to the treasury of the heart. And then he steals. So what he steals? First thing he steals is the mind. Because his heart is our antakarana, where you have man, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, all this. And all the emotions are lodged in there. So he steals them. Because these are the most important thing for a person. If your emotions are gone, like sometimes some people go in depression, they have no emotions. Then how do they look? They look like dolls.
Zombie. Zombie.
Yeah. So therefore, along with the mind, what does he steal? He's not stealing everything, but all the precious things. Dhairya, fortitude, takes away this. Lajja, modesty. Bhaya, fear. Vivek, your faculty of discrimination, decision-making faculty, takes away that. So he steals all this. Because now what they can do? They will not fear. They will have no shame to leave the house and go to Krishna. Their modesty is gone. They will not say, no, I don't want to go there, have this fortitude to stay back. They will not even have intelligence to think, shall I go or not go? Shall I go or not go? No. You cannot make decision, you have to. So mahadhanani aparhitya jhatitvaya eva aniye krishnaya dattani. So he was very quick, and he stole all the most precious gems and jewels from the the treasury box of the heart of the gopis, and very quickly came out and ran and gave these things to Krishna. He says, here, I got the big booty, you can have all this. So that's why in the sloka it was said, why he is commenting like this? Because it says Krishna grihita manasa. That Krishna has stolen their manas. And manas is an indicative of all these other things also. Stolen the mind, but along with mind, all these other qualities listed, they were all stolen. So that's what it says, Krishnena grihitani manasani. So manas, the word manas comes from manas. So manasani manansi cha. So manasa can come things which are related to the mind, and also it means mind. Both the word manasa can have two meanings. One is it means mind, and one it means things which are in mind, related with mind. It comes from manas. So manasani manasambandhini. So what are the things which are related with mind? So it says dhriti, so forbearance, smriti, memory. They forgot everything. Nothing else is in their mind now. Vivek, lajja, bhiti, mati, tyadini. So things which were said here, that faculty of discrimination, shyness or modesty, fear, intellect, all this, everything was taken away. Yasam tam ta ajagmu mahachora chakravartine krishnat tani swaswadhanani prarthitum evet. So that great thief, he brought them and gave them to the king of all thieves, Mahachora Chakravarti, that is Krishna. So he is the king of all the thieves. And then the gopis, they ran to get these things, because they saw the thief taking it away. So they ran behind the thief, and then they came that, oh, it is here. So they came. That's why it is said that Sayatra Kanta Javalola Kundala. They came there where Krishna was standing. And they had no time. If a thief enters into your house and runs out, and you see him, are you going to call the neighbor or run behind the thief? Which one will you do? You'll run behind the thief. I remember once long ago, I don't know if he is there. Gaurchandra is there. So we were working in the Goshala, Maharaj Goshala. I remember. And then there is a room there. We used to go and change our dress and put on another dress to work in the Goshala. And it was evening time, and some construction was going on. Some new rooms were being built for the Goshala. Actually, this Goshala, when you enter the part right on the right side, that was under construction. And one of the workers went into that room where we keep our clothes, and he stole Gaurchandra's wallet. And we also used to keep our water to drink there. So Gaurchandra happened to go there to drink water, and he saw the guy taking the wallet, And then when he saw him, he ran. And then Gaurchandra was running behind him, and I still remember that scene. And he was saying, thief, 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 thief. So this thief, he was really a worker working there. So that worker was running, and he was running behind him. And then where could this thief run? There was no place. So he ran into the place where the construction was going on, and he was caught. And he threw away the wallet. So the gopis were running like that. This is how it is being described. So tadevam manye tam mahacharam dhartum vyagranam anyonyam nalakshitam udyamo yashanta. So therefore, I think the speaker is, or the commentator, whichever, says that to catch that thief, they were very vyagra, very agitated to catch him, vyagranam, and therefore they did not see each other. They did not know that this thief has also stolen from the other. He was They thought that he has stolen only from my treasury, but not from. So all of them ran without knowing that the others are also running behind. So Anyonya Nalakshitam Udyamo Yashanta Chaurasya Paschadeva Ajagni. So they came right behind the thief. So what it signifies is that these gopis did not take much time to think and decide that now we should go or not go, or let me do this small thing I have to finish, I am cooking, let me complete this, I am eating, let me eat it, or I am dressing, nothing. As just like whatever you may be doing, somebody comes in your room and picks up your computer and runs out, what would you do? Are you going to say, well, let me first finish my meal, then I'm going to go for it? By the time you'll be gone. No, you'll drop everything and run behind the thief, So this is to show that how much they were captivated by the flute sound, that whatever they were doing, they dropped it instantaneously, without any delay. So that shows the fixity of the mind, the concentration of the mind, no deviation, no other thought, no other mixing, anyabhilasita sunyam gyan karma dyanavritam. That's what it means. There was absolutely chitta vritti nirodha from everything else. So this is the active samadhi. This is an example of active samadhi. So therefore they came there. So where did they go? Where did they run to? Canto yatra. So where that lover was there. So Kanta, as I said, means end of suffering, because if you lose your wealth and you find it, you feel happy. So they ran. Or Kanta can also means which bring a destruction to all your happiness. So, because Krishna will tell them, go back. So Javena Vegena Lolani Kundalani Kundala Uplakshitani Kankanani Kankana Kinkinadini Api Asanta. So Javalola Kundala means that because this is just to signify, the word Javalola Kundala is to signify the intensity. So this whole thing is to describe the intensity of their meditation on Krishna, that they dropped everything and they ran at full speed, like a race, who goes first. So that is the meaning of Javalola Kundalani. And Kundala is earring, but it signifies everything else was also, because they were usually having bangles and belt, anklets. So all these things were moving also. They were saying, yes, run, we are also with you. We'll help you. Right? So earrings were also running. They were not just sitting quietly. That the gopi is running and earring is sleeping. Not like that. They also ran with it. That is the meaning of Javalola Kundala. The Kundala also ran. So tastena saha tasam bahiskaran grihsthitani dhanani alpa mulyatva buddhya chaurena tena napritani iti bhava. This also signifies another thing, that this thief was very clever. He only went for the real wealth. Other small things he did not steal. So he did not think, let me steal these earrings also. Right? Some thieves, they steal. Somebody is sleeping, they will remove the sleeping person quietly. So they say, he says, no. He says, these are all also whatever things were outside the house. He did not steal them. Bahiskaran grihsthitani dhanani. Alpa mulyatva buddhya, because he thought these are all petty things, I'm not interested in it. So he's told that chaurena tena na pratami ki bhava, he did not steal that. Okay, Tanvaji, what do you want?
Tanvaji, you mentioned that Krishna was 8 years old. How old were the gopis who were running?
Something like that. Some were more, because some were married, and it will come, and some were unmarried. Okay. So there is a statement in Upanishad, maybe Brihadaranyaka, I don't remember exactly. Yadahar eva virajet, tadahar eva pravrajet. So the day you become renounced, the day you leave house. So gopis are showing that. Means they are not saying, okay, he is playing the flute, this is good, we want to go, we'll go tomorrow. Let me finish this, let me finish that. People do that, I have this responsibility, I have that responsibility, let me take care of this, then I will do this. No. Subhasya karyam sigram. So whatever is auspicious thing, do it immediately. What is inauspicious, try to delay it. People generally do it other way around. Something good they have to do, I will do it later on. Something wrong, quick. So gopis are opposite of that. They are the acharya for that. Generally people are good at giving lectures, when it comes to doing, then they don't do it. So parupadesa velayam sarve vyasa samadvija. When it comes to lecturing others, everybody are like Vyasa. They are very great panditas, learneds. But tadanusthan velayam muniyopi na pandita. But when it comes to actually executing something, then everybody walks into the another direction. Then Nani mar gayi. Then you are finished. Then you have no energy. Then you have many excuses. So here it is not like that. So this is what is being described in these slokas. That's why I said that these chapters, they are the real essence of Bhāgavatam, because Bhāgavatam is there to describe what is Uttama Bhakti. And this Uttama Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti, Akinchana Bhakti, all these names, Nirguna Bhakti. So these gopis are the ideals for that. So this is being told here in this form of story. But what is being described is what is actually bhakti. What is the essence of bhakti that is being described. So you remember the definition which Rupa Goswami has given. Anyabhilashita sunyam, Gyan karmadhenavritam, anukullena krishnanusīlanam bhaktiruttama. So these gopis are the personification of Uttama Bhakti. As I said yesterday, bhakti is a bhav. How do you understand bhav? Because bhav is ananga. It has no body. Emotions are not having any body. So here the form is being given to the bhav. That form is gopi. That's why Radharani is called Mahabhav Swarupa. Sun is bhav. But we get stuck in the body. That's where, because we are accustomed to that. So this whole thing is about bhav only. And that is the thing to be understood. Dhai akar prem ka padha se pandit hoye. Pothi pad pad jag muva pandit bhaya na koye. Kabir said that world had studied so many books, nobody became a scholar. learn what is prema, which has only 2.5 syllables, you will become a scholar. So these gopis are the biggest scholars. They didn't go to school, but they are the topmost scholars. They will argue with Krishna. Because if you know prema, then you know everything. If you don't know prema, you really don't know much. Because that is the nigam kalpataror galitam phalam. This is the essence of the Vedas. Vedasya sarvair hameva vedya. And he is Rasraj. He is Rasik Sekhar. Swam Bhagavan, etc. is fine. But the real stuff is this. So this is what Mahaprabhu gave. So these gopis, that's why we have to study them. Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenam Avikshanam. Why such a big scholar Uddhava prayed like that? That I bow down to one dust speck from the feet of these gopis. Such a great scholar, learned man. He was not an ordinary person. Uddhava, his name is Uddhava. He is a festival personified. So that guy is saying this about these gopis. So these gopis are not ordinary people. They are, you cannot imagine. So because this is the bhav. So that bhav is being described here now in this form, what is happening. So mind of a devotee is fixed like that. Anyabhilasita samyam. It doesn't deviate here and there, not that you have to do this, you have to do that, this exercise, eat less, do pranayam, focusing, all that. That is for us. Once we have the bhav, then bhav is the guru. Who is the guru?
Prema is the guru.
Prema is the guru, bhav. This is the Adi Guru. Now you understand who is Adi Guru. So that bhav is being described. That is the meaning of this tamananga vardhanam. Nisamya Geetam Ananga Vardhanam Krishna Grihita Manasa. So Krishna Grihita Manasa and Ananga Vardhanam. So this love is always increasing. Anandambudhe Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadhanam. And it is Purnamrita. Obviously if it is Purnamrita, there is no chance of mind going and because where does mind go? Where it seeks some pleasure. But there is no other pleasure. This is the highest pleasure. And there is nothing which compares with it, because there may be other pleasures. But there is nothing which compares with it. And it is always flowing up, Ananga Vardhanam. It's increasing. And because it has no form, so there is no problem with that. Something has a form, like Matsyadev came to Satyavrat king. He had a big problem. He puts the fish in the pot, it becomes big. Then he takes it out, put in another one, big. He put in the pond, big. Finally he has to put it in the ocean. But this is Ananga. No problem. So Nisamya Geetam Ananga Vardhanam. So that is the Anyabhilasita Sunyam. That is the meaning of that sloka, which is now being shown, practical example. And Alaksha Udyama. So we know we are not, when you have that, you are not worried, well, he is doing this much, why I should do that much. I did cleaning yesterday, today he should do it. No, you want to do it every day. You don't care. You're not dependent on that. Same, if you are hungry, you don't say, well, he's eating 2 chapatis, why shall I eat 4? Right? You don't think like that. So this is, we have to get a little idea of bhakti from this. And Janeti Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chedahitukam. All these slokas, this is the commentary of that. So, instantaneously, Yadahareva Virajet, Tadahareva Pravrajet. So they are the biggest parivrajakas. We talk about parivrajakacharyas. Parivrajaka means who lives and moves, right? That's what parivrajaka means. move to the forest, leave family. People are stopping, crying, this, that, no. Go, one-pointed. So that is Krishna Grihita Manasa. So now it is described how they dropped and nothing could stop them. Duhantyo bhiyayu kaschid doham hitva samutsakaha payodhishritta sanyavam anudhyavasya parayayuhu. So kaschid duhantyo abhiyayu. Some gopis, when they heard the sound, they were milking cows. So in India, still people milk cows, buffaloes, goats with hand. In the West, I only seen machines. Near Malti's place, there was a Gosala event. They had a big platform, and they bring the cows. The cows come. This platform is moving. It's just like an industry. The cow is brought on a belt. Then she comes. When she comes, and this thing goes and goes onto the udder, and the platform is moving, and the cow is getting milked. Then another cow comes, and this one is going. There's so many cows, they are moving continuously. By the time its turn comes to the belt go out, she is milked. So that's
milking power.
So it was amazing to see that. I've never seen before. So here, the cowherd people, they milk themselves. So therefore, duhantyo abhiyayu kaschit. Some gopis, they were milking the cows, they dropped and left. And doham hitva samutsaka. Some others had milked, and they had the milk, they dropped that and they left. Why? Some utsuka. So they were very, very eager, enthusiastic, highly enthusiastic to go and meet Krishna. So that's how devotee remains enthusiastic all the time. There is no question of depression, dejection. Dejection is only first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. After that, heroic Arjuna fights. So that's gopis are not first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So they're the biggest heroines, fighters. So in the face of all difficulty, they transcend. And payodhishritya sanyavam. Some gopis were heating the milk, it was on the fire. So they left that. And sanyavam anudvasya para. And there are others who were cooking porridge. So this was common in our childhood, I remember, especially in the summer. The dinner used to be porridge, milk and porridge. That's all. So you see, it's coming from Bhāgavatam. Gopis were also cooking porridge. And you mix it with milk and jaggery, and fantastic. And morning you take it with buttermilk. That is breakfast also. The taste is only in memory now. Can never find it anywhere. Yes.
Cereals.
Now you cannot get all the wheat is also all modified and chemical.
Sankara
In the
wheat.
milk. So you can understand that this thing was custom from time of Krishna. So Sri Krishna Suchaka Shabda Sravanena Tat Pravana Chittanam Tatakshanameva Traivargika Karma Nivrittin Deotayantya Iva Ardhavasitam Karma Vihaya Yayu. So Sri Krishna Suchaka Shabda Sravanena. So just by hearing the sound which was indicative of Krishna, means this flute which they heard, they immediately understood that this is the sound coming from Krishna's flute. It's like if you love somebody, then you recognize even how they walk, even the pace, you know that. So there were no words in the flute, but just the sound they understood immediately that this is Krishna playing the flute. And by hearing Tat Pravana Chittanam, then their minds were absolutely fixed on him. So Tatakshanameva, immediately at that very moment, there was no delay. Just like as the sun rises, the darkness is dispelled, or heat comes, the cold is driven away. So simultaneously, as they heard the sound, then immediately, right at that moment, they dropped everything. Traivargika karma nivritti dyotyanta. So it is indicative that this dropping of these activities, that all this, we talk about 4 purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama. So they were all dropped. Whether it was a dharmic activity or karma or artha, whatever it was, they dropped. Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyate yavata mat katha shravanadava shraddha yavanna jayate. Krishna says to Uddhava. So as a devotee is free from any obligation to karma, which means dharma, so that means, because as women in the house, they are married, some of them, or even if they are not married, they had their responsibility, they had their dharma, that the family members have to be fed or cows have to be taken care of. This is their dharma. As Vaishyas, this is their dharma. As Brahmanas have their dharma, Kshatriya have their dharma. So that they gave this up means that they gave up that for the sake of Krishna. As Krishna says, Sarv dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. So all dharmas or anything related with artha, which will bring them some artha, or their own personal kama, they are going to eat or drink or, all that dropped. So this is what it means. Traivargika karma nivrittim dyotyante. Indicative of giving up all their traivarga. Ardhavasitam karma. So the karma, that means the activities or duties which they were doing, they did not finish it. They did not think that let me do this and then I will join. Then I will do this. Then I will become a devotee after I complete this. Right? Nothing like that. Ardha avasitam, half done. Karma vihaya, that they dropped, tadaha duhantya iti. Paya sthalistham chulyam adhishritya. So paya adhishritya means the paya, the milk was in a pot and they put it on the stove. Etat kvatham apratikshamana kaschidevi. So not waiting when it will boil and then I'll take it down. They left. So Sanyavam, okay, I'm reading the wrong commentary. I now only realize I'm reading Sridhar Swami's. This book did not have 3 commentaries earlier. Now in this part they have 3. Previously they only had 1. That's why I was using it. So Sararth Darshani Tasam Tat Parshva Gaman Kale Parmotkanthya Vilambasya Asahiyatvat Mamta Hentaspad Karmapeksha Bhavam Shlok Traya Vadan Kashanchit Swajati Dhan Parityagamaha. So Tasam Tat Parshva Gaman Kale. So at that time when they were going to the side of Krishna, they were very eager, Paramutkanthaya. So Vilambasya Asahiyatvat. They were unable to tolerate any delay in reaching Krishna. They wanted to go there as quickly as possible. And therefore, mamta ahentaspad karma peksha bhavam. So they gave up all their idea, objects of I-ness and minus, their duties related with that, everything. So this is being described in 3 slokas, beginning with this one and the next 2. So Kashanchit Swajati Dharma Parityagamaha. So first it is being describing how they gave up, some of them, dharma or the duty which is related to their jati, because they are Gop jati, they are Vaishyas. So they gave up their duties of milking the cows. Duhantya ga dohantya tam dohan dohan karmam hitva abhiyayo. So some were milking, so they gave up that, and abhisasul. So this is called abhisar technically. When the heroine meets the hero on a rendezvous, that is called abhisar, and the heroine is called abhisarika. 8 types of them, so that's he uses the term that. So they are the abhisarikas now. So payo dugdham, paya means milk, patrastham chulyam adhishritya adhyarohya etat kvatham pratikshmana kanchit sanyavam godhum kanannam pakvam api anudvasya anavitari. So some put the milk on the stove and did not wait for it to boil. The others were boiling porridge, which is made from wheat, broken wheat. So they did not cook and remove it from the stove, and they went. So this is the end of his commentary. Any questions? Malati?
Babaji, I had the same question as Dhammaji, and I was wondering whether perhaps the gopis also grew up quicker, because it was said that Krishna, even though he was only 7, 8 years old, he grew up quickly to youth. And I find it's unlikely that gopis would be elder in age than Krishna. So is it possible that they were not elder, but they also grew up quickly?
Yes. Everything is possible here. Okay, Bhushan.
The power of the gopis is still not clear to me. So I would imagine, for example, if you want to please somebody, you have to first deliberate. What is the best way to please? So the gopis did not deliberate; they just ran. So is it deliberation and then coming to a conclusion? Okay, this is the best way. For example, the other thing would be, should they serve Krishna by serving his devotees, the other Gopadevi, or there could be different ways of serving Krishna. How did they exactly immediately find out that when Krishna is playing the flute, they have to run? In other cases also Krishna may have played the flute, but at that time they did not run. So I was thinking, is it deliberation somehow higher than just acting on emotions?
Yeah, they had no time. That's why he said that their mind was stolen. Krishna grihit manasa. This is beyond what you are thinking. Here there is no such thing.
Well, if you could explain why, I was thinking that if you deliberate and if you really study it, that is.
That's what I'm saying. That is one stage. Then there are higher stages of prema. So this is what is to be understood, that this is not common love or common understanding of bhakti or prema. This is the highest. This is what Vyasadeva wants us to understand. This is what is called raga. When you are mad, then there is no such thing. That's why I said that their buddhi was also stolen. You deliberate for your buddhi is not there. You are driven only by love. The only person who rules you is love, nothing else. So that's why it is very difficult. Why we say that it is difficult? What is that? Kriya mudra vigya na bujhai. That you cannot understand the activities of a great devotee because he doesn't work according to your mind, as you think. He does not. They don't think like that. That's why this whole thing is so difficult to understand. It's a different mindset, different world. And this is the reason that Krishna himself is such a big puzzle to understand. And there is no problem in understanding Bhagavan Ram, Vaman Dev. They are straightforward. Krishna doesn't even stand straight. Yeah. No problem. You studied even in Harinamrita Vyakaran, Yamuna Krosha Kutila. Saying that Yamuna for one krosha is zigzag. So even Yamuna is not straightforward. So this is different This is the thing to be studied. Lardali.
Obeisance, Pandit. You said that time, there is no actually past or future, but it's only one thing. It doesn't have beginning or end. And therefore, even the perception, if someone has the possibility to remember other lifetime, that is also because he's remembering in the present, is also present.
Yeah.
So there is no past, no future.
No. Have you seen? You already are old enough to experience that. You think
So there is no past.
You think some future will come? You think someday you will experience future? You think so? Do you think that in future you will be experiencing future? So one day?
You won't be able to understand your question.
No.
Why is that? What is the problem?
There's two futures, it will go wrong.
Why? There are not two futures, there is only one future which you experience. Where are the two
But
futures?
in future you experience the future. Of
Yeah,
that future.
No, in future you will only experience the future, not something else. Now you're just juggling words.
But it doesn't exist. It's only the now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my goddess!
Another thing is that if someone can, why is the range that people keep forgetting they were alive all the time, and then they think they have one life and then do nonsense, etc. How does it work to make forget that there is not a range to people generally forget the past life?
Well, there is something called avidya. That's how it works. Okay, Laduli.
Yeah, but actually, I was wondering which evening raga or night raga would depict the mood of the gopi. I mean, which is there a specific one to depict the abhisarika mood?
I'm not expert on that.
Okay.
You have to ask some musician.
Okay.
Their evening ragas, I don't know which are the evening raga. Mohini.
Pranam Babaji. I was asking this Calm Beach, which is the flute song, it's about to hear this Calm Beach from Krishna. So what is the process which prepares us or our mind to hear this? Is this what Shastra is telling us, or Rupa Goswami is telling us by Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam? Is this all to make the mind free?
Do you do japa or not?
I do japa.
Really?
Yes, I try.
I don't think so. So please do some japa. Okay?
How? What does that mean? What is the connection to my question?
Because that is the way to focus your mind. You are only going vacho vegam. This vacho vegam is just a word. How do you do vacho vegam?
Okay. So this is the process to hear that Calm Beach.
Yes. Do heavy japa. Intense japa. Every day. Okay, anything else?
What does that mean, heavy japa?
Think about it.
Figure it out.
Sarva dharmam parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. That shloka, this says vraja. why that Vraja means go? No?
Yeah,
Krishna is saying, surrender unto me. If Krishna is directly saying,
yeah.
he should have said, surrender unto me.
How will you say?
Paritajya.
How will you say?
Vraja means
No. How will you say in Sanskrit? He's
Sarvadharman paritajya mamekam sharanam.
Yeah, saranam, and then what is the verb? Saranam is not a verb.
Sharanam is surrendering is the verb.
How is the which verb is it? Saranam is not a verb. Saranam is a noun.
So Vraja means go is actually.
Have you studied Sanskrit or you
No,
just? So then why are you saying Sharanam is a verb? Why are you saying that Sharanam is a verb?
No. I think so. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
sure of.
you can think it is not. It's a language, you know.
Okay.
Saranam is not a verb. Vraja is a verb.
So Vraja has to be there.
Otherwise, the sentence is not complete. Without verb, it needs a verb. Okay.